So here it is, Rize RX Pro from Rize, obviously, with the website nicely plastered on there. I'm not crazy about that. I might have to cover that up. So this is their top of the line model, and it has got a 19.2 AH battery and a torque sensor. It's a mid-drive 1000-watt motor, and it's a beast. I mean, look at these tires. They're just ridiculous. I would have got the lower model, which was only, I believe, 3-inch tires, because this is a bit overkill. It's still very comfortable though. It's a seat, gel seat with a Sun Tour suspension post. That's very helpful. The rack, front and back lights, and I've got it set on level 1, which is all I ever need on this bike. So let's take it around Stanley Park. It's very responsive. There's no jerking forward, which is what happens on the Leisure model that we also bought. That one's the rear hub motor. So the price difference is like $1,000 between their top of the line and then the Leisure, which is about $2,500 after tax. This one's about $3,600 after tax. So based on riding both bikes, the Leisure and this RX Pro, I definitely prefer the RX Pro because of the smooth responsiveness. I mean, you can see here, I'm on 1. Now, I've already done about 20K on this bike through trails in the park with lots of stones. And it was absolutely no problem. I think there was one big hill I took it on where I needed to increase the pass level to 3, maybe. So right from the start, it punches in really smoothly. Requires very little effort. I feel like I'm even cheating on level 1 here. And I'm in eco mode, which is supposed to be the power saving mode. So just a bit of pressure on the pedals and I'm already getting a push. But it's not too easy that I don't feel like, you know, I'm not doing anything. It does feel like I am doing something. I'm just not knocking myself out, which is the reason I got this bike. Because I'm tired of doing the hill ride with my regular bike and feeling sick by the time I'm at the top of the hill. Just kept me from doing it. And sure, you can say, oh, that's just because you're out of shape. But I did that route for like a month and it was still hard. I'm not 20 years old anymore, so I got no need to be knocking myself out on bike rides. So I'm in gear 7 right now, and this is actually the harder gear. So the speed is set for unlimited. Right now I'm about 23, 24 kilometers an hour. I started my trip at 1.7 kilometers. I I forgot to reset it. Now on the other bike, the Leisure, I'm having some serious problems with noise. As you can hear on this one, brakes are fine, no noise. There's barely any engine noise either on accelerating. But on the Leisure, it's horrendous. It sounds like the frame is full of water and it's sloshing around. But only when you apply the right brake. Left brake is fine. But on that bike, it's just like, as soon as you put on the brakes, it's like a flushing sound, water going through pipes. I'm trying to figure out what the cause of that is. It's in the shop right now. So hopefully it's just a disc brake problem, but it doesn't sound like a squeal or a squeak. I already had the brakes aligned in a shop. That did not fix the noise issue. It's going to be a bit tight in here with the traffic. On your left. Not a good idea. Crossing with your dog in the middle. Okay, so now I'm still on 7. I'm having to push a bit on past level 1. Still not too bad. On a downhill, once I get to Prospect Point, I did hit about 55 on this with the throttle assist only, so it is unlocked. That's a really good suspension. I mean, the front fork suspension plus the padded seat, plus the suspension post. It's a huge difference. And I'm up to 35, still on gear 7. Assist level 1. I don't know when it's going to be that bikes will be back allowed on the seawall. I might not have them for another year. So right now we got the split traffic. All right, now I'm going up to assist level 4. I mean, I'm still breathing. I'm still getting a workout. There's a pretty good wind as well. I'll kick in the throttle. Oh, so nice. All right, full blast. 40, 42, 44. 45. No pedaling. Battery's down to 93%. Started at 100, at 5.2 kilometers right now. So just done about 3.5 kilometers already. I'm still in the on 9 on the gears now. So this is the hardest level. Still on pass assist 4. The motor does cut out when you change the gear, so that's handy. So I never have any sudden thrust of power pushing me ahead by surprise. So I attribute all this to the 1000-watt Bafang motor, and that it's a mid-drive. The rear hub motor on the Leisure needs a lot more pass levels, like 5 or 6, to get the same acceleration as this one on 3 or 4. So yeah, it's super comfortable. Even without the suspension post, I found the Leisure was still fine. There's enough padding, enough shocks to keep it feeling pretty good. Blowing by all these assholes. All right, some turbo. This is the part that kills me. You can see a lot of people walking. All right, pedal assist 5. Still going 29 kilometers an hour. I'm still breathing pretty good. Why does it only show 5 assist levels here? That's interesting. Maybe because I'm on eco, it won't go over 5. I'll have to check that at home. Just taking the traffic route. So yeah, normally here I'd be ready to throw up. Now we're on the downhill. I'm still pushing. The difference now, of course, normally I'd be going 15 miles an hour. I'm going 36. And still getting a workout. But not to the point of sickness. All right. Battery's already 83. Yeah, hitting 44. No throttle assist. Just coasting. Now I'm going to kick in the throttle. Let's get around this corner first. Full out in a lean, 50.5, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. That's enough to take on the cars. I passed the cars here last time. So yeah, if my hair was wet, it'd be dry in like 20 seconds. %79 on battery. I'm going to drop the pass level back down again. Back to 2. There's some good bumps there, didn't even feel them. So 9.4 kilometer right now, minus 1.7 is about 8. Eight kilometers and 21% used. It doesn't sound that great. At this rate, I'd get like 30 kilometers. But of course, the throttle assist that I used, that will take 5 to 10% off the battery in a very short time. I think I used the throttle about 20 to 30 seconds. So that will drop it. Also, very good balance on the front. As you can see, no hands. It's actually a lot more stable than my regular bike. And somebody walking on the sidewalk. Oh, it's a good idea. I mean, on the road. Switching. What am I switching to here? back into gear 6. Actually a good day for riding. No sun, staying cool. These handlebar grips are also really comfortable. It's better than the ones on the Leisure, which are just straight. I also changed the internal settings for the tire size. If the tire size is not correct, I think your speed is off. The actual speed by like 3 kilometers or so. Yeah, so it's nice to know you don't actually have to use the throttle, because I'm used to, you know, having a Costco bike which was throttle only. And I think the range on that one was probably around the seawall, maybe 13 kilometers, maybe. And it didn't go very fast. And it wasn't very comfortable. So now I'm showing 79% again. It's interesting how the battery indicator goes back up. So 11 kilometers total trip right now. Let's say 9.7. So let's see what happens with the other bike, if this guy can find the problem with the noise. Otherwise it's going back, and they can refund me or give me something else. Like for the $1,000 difference between a Leisure and this one, I would definitely put in the extra money. If you're going to be spending $2,500, you might as well spend $3,500 and get a large improvement in quietness, responsiveness, a better display. It's got more on it. It's well lit. And of course you've got the 1,000-watt mid-drive motor, which is helping quite a bit, especially with this torque sensor. Fortunately, that bike would be too big for my wife, so she's already having problems with the Leisure model. Oh, I hear that now too. You hear that sound? It's also starting up again. The water rushing sound. Interesting. That's the first time I noticed that. Let's see now, maybe it's going to start on this one too. Because I never heard this before. And I did hear it a little bit. Do some brake testing here. Gradual squeeze, and I don't really hear it. I think if it's a sudden one, you hear it. asshole. The fuck is wrong with you?